Yep, this is my 1980s motorhome that I'm bringing back to the channel after a few weeks doing a one-cut video. What a unit! Not at all. Motor and transmission's the only thing that's good in it. Oh, and the rear end, but I ain't got no use for that yet. So today we're going to yoink this powertrain out of this unit here. How? Valid question. I've been asking myself this for the past few days as I've been, pondering on about it, looking on the interwebs and scouring every edge of the earth. Yeah, no, there's no good, easy way to pull this out. Sawzall, torch, I don't know, tannerite's out. That's unfortunate because I'd really like to do that, but I really want to preserve the powertrain. So anyway, that's going to be in store for today's video, is trying to get this powertrain out of this unit. But first, I got to move it from this spot because I'm in the woods. I'm in the tree row, and I ain't got no tools out here. So let's do that. Cue the intro. I'm glad you tuned in. Let's get after it. Okay. Ooh. Excuse me? What's happening here? Okay. Positive. Positive. Oh. I don't want to talk about what I just did. One of those wasn't a positive. It was a negative hanging out over here with the positives. He's trying to change his life, okay? He's trying to come around, trying to change his life. Oh, God. Sparks everywhere. Get up there. You know what? So this one, that's a red cable. That's positive. This is a negative. There's just a couple of them backwards. I'm super intelligent. I meant to do that. Nope, I'm just an idiot. Positive, positive, positive. Allegedly. That means that there's no more fuses anywhere in this vehicle. We don't need them where we're going. The struggle is real. It's super early and it's cold in Florida. You know how just last week in that Bel Air revival, it was 80. This week it's 30. Florida has an identity crisis every winter. Why do I say that? Simply put, one day it'll be 30 degrees, the next day it'll be 75. Okay? And that's why I say identity crisis, because winter's supposed to be cold. Negative. Positive. And then this positive back to the battery, and hopefully we don't short anything out. There. Try again. Special key. Okay. All right, she's turning over. Now it's time for a fuel system. Now it's time for a fuel system, because remember, I had to use a clicky clacky, the because evidently I don't know if the fuel pump works on this or not. Nah. Let's go inside. This is a full jug of fuel. I'm gonna plug this into here. That's gonna leak, I bet. Go to my little battery here, positive. Get in there and stay. Negative. Is it gonna pull fuel? I probably have to prime it. We'll run it till she does. These are pushers, not pullers, so not priming these is not a good thing. And it's not priming. So let me undo this with my little quick release here, and then pull some fuel. Had some residual from the last time I used it. You'd think with me being a motorhead that I wouldn't mind the taste of fuel. It's not true at all. I hate the taste of fuel. I enjoy the smell of it. Hate the taste of it. Okay, let's try this again. And now we already know that this thing runs or ran. It's only been sitting a couple of weeks, so it should still fire right up. Now, come on, get in here. I seriously doubt we're pulling fuel. Well, it looks like we might be. Come on. Are we even? What are we doing? Yeah, it's not pulling fuel at all. Let me go get a different fuel pump. And I primed it up by pulling fuel through it, you know, with my grill. There's fuel in it. Does it work? We about to find out. It absolutely works. We're filling the bowl. Good deal. All right, big dog, come on. All right, let's get to moving. Get my fat up here. I can't see nothing. Fine, I'll just take trees out. I almost took out the window. Get my key. Okay. Whew. Got in the sunlight and I had to dress down. You know, like I said in the beginning, Florida's identity crisis. It's like 68 now. When I started, it was 30. It's been an hour. Anyway, now the real work begins. From what I've seen on the interwebs, you can take this whole panel off. I've kind of drilled out some rivets because I saw those the other day and I'm like, nope, I got to stop because I got to record. If I'm doing something and not recording it, I always regret it. So anyway, there's some rivets here and, well, we got a trans cooler, radiator that leaks, but I've got so much fiberglass. Well, come here. Let me just show you around. All right. So here's what we got going on. So we have this panel that's got to come off. We got that radiator. We got all of this fiberglass right in front of it. I'm thinking about taking it out the front, right? There's my ingenious battery connections. And then in here, we got, it's just a hole. And I think I'm going to cut out back here, cut all of this out, cut this out, maybe even remove the dash, and then yoink the motor. That's the plan. Like, is it going to work? I don't know. But you see how deep that is, okay? A cherry picker ain't going to reach 5 feet in there from here. So this has got to go away. So that's what I'm thinking. I can hear the rad leaking. See if I can get you down there so you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can kind of see some moisture down there on the bottom. So the rad's garbage, but it's fine. I've got plenty more. All right. All right, I think I'm ready to pull out the radiator. You just cut this overflow hose off. I did drain it. Didn't record it because, you know, it's boring and stuff. But, oh God. Oh, it's still kind of full and rusty. Yep. Here's the blown out rad. We don't need this where we're going. I got a better one. Stick with me here, I'm telling you. You are going to enjoy what I have planned for this. You can kind of see a motor now. Fan shroud still connected. What's keeping this on? I don't need this. I don't want it. I don't want it. It ain't easy pulling a motor out of one of these. Just break things, because I don't need these. I don't even care about the fan shroud. Ejected. There's a motor. Now I just need to figure out how to get this framework. Here, let me show you. Come here. All right, over we go. So there's the front of the motor. So that's cool. 4 feet in. I got to get this framework out of here for the radiator, which what I can tell is a couple of bolts there, a couple of bolts there, maybe a carriage bolt or two down there. And then, oh look, it's been painted orange. So somebody's been in here before. Maybe I don't have to destroy it, but I'd rather destroy it. Anyway, that's where we're at. I'll bring you back. All right, so we're moving right along on this 454 pull out of this RV. And I called up my dad and I'm like, hey Dad, what you doing today? He goes, not much of anything. It is New Year's Day. I said, well, why don't you come over? I'm doing something kind of fun. Why? Because if you're blessed enough to still have your dad, try to hang out with him as much as possible. So I called him up. He's going to come over. We're going to have some fun ripping this sucker out. And I just wanted to take a moment to do this right here. I don't know. You could skip past this if you want. It's fine. No judgment here. So I want to talk a little bit about Scripture just for a second. Give me 20 seconds. Everybody knows who the Apostle Paul is. He's the one that wrote most of the New Testament, right? What a lot of people don't know that don't read the Bible is that the Apostle Paul used to be Saul, which he was with the Romans and yada, yada, yada. He was literally a religious terrorist. You know, like those guys you saw a few years ago, they're in the orange jumpsuits, the construction workers who got assassinated by ISIS. Yeah, that was Saul. Saul's on the way going to Damascus, or on the road to Damascus. Jesus comes to him. He's an apostle because he wasn't there during the time that Jesus walked on the earth. Those were disciples. He's an apostle. So Jesus comes to him, blinds him. Saul says, "Who art thou, Lord?" And then he said, Jesus says, "I'm the one that thou prosecutest." In other words, he's going after people who believe in Jesus. Jesus blinded him, and he got his vision and became one of the most amazing apostles of the New Testament. So if you think for a second that you're too filthy to be saved or washed in the blood of Jesus and save your soul, you're just hell-bound, well, you're not. You're not a religious terrorist. I'm just saying. It's something to think about. If you don't have one, go out and get you a Bible. Get the version that's easiest for you to understand. A lot of people like the NIV. Me personally, I like the King James. But go get you one and just read it. You might find out that it's an amazing book. All right? All right, back to the video. Then let me get you caught up. Now we have the highly sought after, let me show you, California split bumper. Yep, highly sought after. This is $500,000 vehicle now. Not at all. Violence ensued. We got the sawzall out, started chopping away, just started cutting. And now we have plenty of open space to get the cherry picker in here, hoist this engine up, and right out the front, allegedly. I gotta undo the motor mount still, and then cut this bar out. I didn't bring the gas axe home, but you know, what do you do? Anyway, let me do a few more things. Carrying on. All right, let's do that again. Yeah, and again. Oh, she's there now. Woohoo! Oh, I need to come up some more. Okay, we got a 454 and a turbo 400 transmission sitting here on the floor. So the camera was dead. We did have an exciting adventure. We're pulling this thing off. As you can tell, I literally have no concrete out in the front of my garage here. And one of those boards kicked out from the front tire of this cherry picker. Look at this. So my father is standing here with this in the air, right? Board kicks out, digs a divot in the ground like that. I'm up there and I'm literally balancing this whole shebang sideways. He gets out of the way and I let her drop. So this thing hit the ground. And that's okay. No real damage. The only damage that I can see outside of a broken spark plug is a broken oil sending unit right there. Outside of that, I don't care. There's no physical damage to the engine. And this can now get out of my way. And I gotta hurry up and move back because I got something I want to watch. But anyway, give me just a minute here. I'm going to maneuver some things. And then I'll be right back. Yeah, I think it'll fit. Yeah, it's gonna fit.